guys. Welcome to another episode of Think and Grow with Vet Green. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm not feeling well, but the devil is a liar. I was not going to not make this podcast episode, and I'm late in making it because I haven't been feeling well all weekend. So I wanted to make sure that I got it out there today on Monday. So every Monday, you guys, I'm going to start dropping the podcast. Actually, I'll probably drop it Sunday night. So if you are not subscribed, make sure you're subscribed because I will probably drop the episode Sunday night. So if you're subscribed, you'll be the first to know. If you aren't subscribed, then you'll just have to wait until I post the link in either my Facebook or my Instagram or Snapchat. And if you aren't following me on this journey, please make sure you hit that button and subscribe. Hit the button, subscribe, and go ahead and follow this journey. Come along on this journey with me. I am Vet Green on Instagram and Facebook, and then I have a Instagram for my podcast also. It's Vet Green, Think and Grow with Vet Green. And you guys, please forgive me if I'm rambling because again, I am not feeling well. I'm all congested and just not feeling well. So I had my notes all ready about what I wanted to talk about, and the devil's out here is trying to make me get in the bed. That's really what I wanted to do, just get in the bed. I didn't even want to come to work today, you guys. Well, log into work because I just been, ugh. But anywho, the devil is a liar. The devil is a liar. I fought that devil off this morning up here trying to capture my mind, and I said, oh no. I opened my eyes, devil. God already told me yes. Shoo, fly, shoo. Shoo. You have nothing to do with these parts up here. This is all God. This is all God, and I'm going to continue to give him the glory. God said yes. If you're listening to me right now, God told you yes also, because if he didn't, you wouldn't be able to listen, now would you? All right, you guys, so there's just a few things that I want to go through, and please follow along with me. I want to keep going with this Think and Grow, because this has helped me so much in my life, especially over the last 2.5 years. If you didn't listen to last week's podcast, you know that last Monday I started a position which I had been working for 2.5 years, and every time it came time, I was working as a contract employee. And every time it came time for them to hire me, or we had talks about them hiring me, something happened and always fell through. But God, this is what happens when you are patient and you are really tapping into that faith of what God can do in our life. I started tapping into that faith of what God can do in my life. It was like a light bulb that went on in my head, you guys. Once I was able to grasp that concept that God said yes. Every day that I wake up, God says yes. Every day that you wake up, God says yes. And when I start walking into that, once I start bringing that into my everyday life, like, I'm up again. Like, I open my eyes again. I start putting my hand over my heart and listening to my breath, like, God said yes. Like, God really said yes. That means there's a purpose on my life. That means there's a purpose on your life. If you are still here, there's a purpose on your life. And I start walking in that faith and knowing that God needs me on this earth for a reason. And things start coming together for me once I start walking with that faith and knowing that I'm needed. God needs me. I want you to start walking in that faith that you are required. No matter what your life may look like right now, right at this moment, that does not mean that you are not needed. You are very much needed, or you wouldn't be here. Many times we get caught up in the everyday throes of life, and it can beat us down. I mean, like literally beat us down if we let it. But once we make that decision to start fighting back against that enemy of doubt, that enemy of despair, that enemy of dismay, lies, negativity, once we start fighting back, our lives really can change. I saw it for myself. I see it for myself every day that I decide to take on the enemy and say, you know what? Yeah, I have struggled with depression and anxiety and suicide attempts in my life, but God said yes. But God said yes. See, the enemy does not want you to know that God said yes. The enemy likes to keep us trapped in our own mind, thinking that our lives aren't worth anything, thinking that we don't matter. The enemy wins when we function in that mindset like our life doesn't matter based on the things that we've gone through. Make the enemy mad every day that you wake up and say, open your eyes. As soon as you open your eyes, God said yes. God said yes. Again and again and again, because what's going to happen is your mind is going to start focusing on God saying yes. And you're going to start having things drawn to you because you're focusing on that yes that God already said. Manifestation, law of attraction, it's called so many different things, but it all boils down to the same thing, you guys. What we believe, we can achieve. I'm going to say that again because I believe that is for somebody that just happened to come across this video or just happened to come across this podcast. What we believe, we really can achieve. It's the belief that I had in myself and knowing that God said yes that got me where I am right now. It's that belief that I had every morning that I woke up, no matter how bad things seemed, I still held on to the notion that God told me yes. And that's what I want to teach you. I want to teach you the things that helped me in that deep depression. It helped me when I was having that, really bad anxiety attack, social anxiety. I want to teach you what really did help me. I tried it, I tested it, and it worked. I didn't want to speak about something that I wasn't testing out for myself because I stand on this. I stand on this really does work. It's what we tell ourselves. I'll give you guys, so this weekend I told you guys I was sick, so this weekend, on Friday, I think it was. Yeah, it probably was Friday because I love having fish fries on Friday. So on Friday, I had got some shrimp and some fish, and we had like a seafood, Friday seafood. Now, I've been eating fish since the Ponderosa on Ridge Road in West Seneca, New York days. Yeah, I'm going way, way back. I love shrimp. It is like one of my favorite foods. I love seafood. I can eat seafood probably 4 or 5 times out of a 7-day week. I love it. Shrimp being one of my favorite. So Friday night, I'm sitting on the couch and I'm eating some shrimp. Now, all of a sudden, my face starts itching, and I'm like, what is going on? And now my whole body is beginning to itch. Now, mind you, I've been eating shrimp forever. Like, probably since I've been 5 years old, I've been eating shrimp. I've been doing it all my life. Friday, I'm sitting on the couch eating shrimp, and I break out. I break out all over my face, all over my chest. I jump in the shower. Thank God I keep Benadryl in the house. By the way, if you do not keep Benadryl in the house, make sure you always keep Benadryl in the house, because you never know. I pick it right up from Family Dollar. It's like $3 or something like that. So anywho, I'm going off on a tangent. I jump in the shower, I wash up, I take 3 Benadryl, and I get out the shower and I look in the mirror, and the whole right side of my face is wept up, my eye is swollen, and my chest is all broken out from the shrimp. Now, mind you, again, I'll say it, I've been eating shrimp all my life. It's what I know. I've been doing this all my life. How many times have you told yourself, or have you heard someone say, well, I don't want to change. I've been doing this all my life. I don't want to change. I can't change because I've been like this all my life. Change is needed in circumstances, you guys. Change, although it may be hard. I hate that I can't eat shrimp anymore. I hate it. Like, I was complaining to my daughter earlier about it. And she's like, Mommy, what? You can't eat? I'm like, yeah, I can't eat shrimp anymore. It's a change. It's part of our growth. It's actually how we grow, through changes and experiences. That's how we grow. Yes, I have been eating shrimp all my life, but I can't anymore. My body rejected it. I can no longer eat shrimp. Oh, God. I'm still processing it, you guys. But the moral of the story that I'm trying to make, you guys, is that sometimes we get so used to doing something all our life that we don't want to change it. But it's needed. That change is needed in order for us to grow. A lot of us won't grow until we have our back against the wall, or we're met with circumstances that force us to change. 2.5 years ago, I was met with a circumstance that forced me to change. I knew if I did not change that I would die. I would die, and it would be my own fault. I had to change. You were drawn to this video, to this podcast, because you may be looking for a change yourself, and you may not know what steps you need to change. First step is to identify why. Why should you change? Why is going to get you up in the morning? Why is what you're going to fall back on when everything else is just not working out for you? Why? One of the first things that I did was identify my whys. My kids, my family, myself. You should be in that equation of why you need to change. There may be things going on in your life right now that you're not happy with, and it's making you feel depressed. You're filled with all types of anxiety. Things just aren't working out for you. I get it. Listen, my hand is up because I get it. Life is not made to be easy. It's not made to be easy. I said the other night on my Instagram that, God gives his strongest soldiers the most cumbersome task because we can handle it. You can handle those things that you're going through right now, that you're growing through right now. You just need to find out what steps you need to do so that you can handle it. And if you take it from me, and I pray that you are, establish why. My why gets me up in the morning. You are one of my whys. because this thread that's been weaved, you're now a part of it because you are listening to this podcast, listening to this video. And I pray that you get something from it because everything happens for a reason. We may think it's a coincidence, but it's not. Everything happens for a reason. God's plan is divine, you guys. And everything that we go through is a part of that plan, good and bad. A lot of us just want all the good. I know you want all the good. You don't want that smoke. You don't want that bad smoke. But it's walking through that bad smoke, walking through that dark tunnel, walking through that suicide, anxiety, depression, mental illness, mental challenges, abuse. It's walking through those things that we find ourselves and find out just how much strength we really have inside. Had I not gone through everything that I've gone through from birth, my birth, my mom just bringing me into this world was a fight. But God said yes even then. I have a hickey, like a mass on the right side of my head right now from my birth. My mom bringing me into this world was a fight, you guys. God said yes then. It just took me a while to realize it. I don't want it to take you as long as it's taken me. But if it does, that's okay too, because God said yes. God said yes. As long as you have breath in your body and you can feel your heart beating, God said yes. One of the techniques that I used to do, and I still sometimes do it, but very early on in this journey, I would put my heart on my hand, my hand on my heart, and close my eyes, and just so I can feel that beat of God, just so I knew that this is something that God gave me. God gave me life. God gave you life for a reason. Don't diminish it based on the things that you've gone through. Don't diminish it based on the people that you're around or the things that you've been told all your life. Don't diminish it. Again, I'll say, God gives his toughest soldiers the most tedious task, the most challenging task. We have the hardest fight because he knows we can handle it. So the next time you find yourself feeling sorry for yourself, remember that, okay? All right, you guys, so let's go on to the next thing. I told you I had wrote down my notes and everything, you know. So we established a why, or you should establish a why. I'll say that. You should establish a why because your why will help you on those hard days. I also started setting goals for myself. And small goals, you guys. I get overwhelmed very easily. I did not want to overwhelm myself. At first, I found myself being overwhelmed just by the mass of information that I didn't know about. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I didn't know that. Oh my God. Like I was overwhelmed. And then it was like, no, pull back a little bit. Let's take one thing at a time. So I started setting 30 days, 60 day, 90 day goals for myself that could be attained within that time frame. And I started holding myself accountable for those goals. And if I did not complete it, it did not get checked off. Holding myself accountable has been like money in the bank. Money in the bank, you guys. When you start functioning in the serenity prayer. You can only control what you can control. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. The wisdom to know the difference. That is big. That is big, because how many times have something's happened and you immediately, you knew it was your fault, but you want to bring somebody else in on the thing that you done messed up. So yeah, I did that, but John, Joe, Black, Summer, Rain also did that. So it's not really my fault. It is their fault too. How many times have you? I know I've done that. Accountability is like a master key, you guys. That's like a master key. And I'm only going to talk about a couple of things on each episode, because I really want you guys to put these things into action. So today I'm just going to talk about establishing a why and accountability. When we can become accountable for our own lives, that puts us in a much better mind space, because then you start looking at things differently. You start looking at life differently. Like, okay, that person may not like me, but that has nothing to do with me. Or, yeah, I didn't get this job yet, but God has something else planned for me. And if I didn't get the job, let me look within myself and make sure that I'm dotting all the I's and crossing all the T's. Accountability. You can't get something for nothing. If you know deep down that you aren't doing the best job that you can do, why would you think that you're going to get hired? Or why would you think that you deserve a raise or a promotion? Just because everybody you work with is turning up for work every day. That doesn't mean they're doing the best job that they can do. Everybody is out here working and striving, but that doesn't mean you should get promoted just for doing your job. It's going above and beyond. So accountability, be accountable for your life. Be accountable for the things in your life. Be accountable for you. Don't let yourself off the hook. It's very easy for us to let ourselves off the hook. I know I've done it time and time again. Very easy for us to let ourselves off the hook. Oh, I didn't finish that task that I had wrote down. No, tomorrow's another day, and add it to your task for the next day. Don't just forget about it. That's not being accountable. Once I start putting certain things together about what I was not doing in my life, it started making sense why I was where I was. It started making a lot of sense. Like, when you guys are going in on this journey, it'll be like, oh my God, like it's really that simple. It's really that simple as me owning my own SHI. It's really that simple. Yeah, it's really that simple. That is hard for some people. I know people who's old as me, older than me, younger than me, but refuse to be accountable for their stuff. They will, listen, it wasn't my fault. It wasn't my fault. It wasn't your fault. Okay. What role did you have to play in that? And if there was a role that you had to play, are you willing to accept that you made a mistake? I had to accept that I was where I was based on the things that I had done in my life. I couldn't blame everybody for the things that I had control over. Now, yeah, there's things that happen to us in our lives that we had no control over. You have no control over someone hurting you, but you very well have control over how you react to that hurt. And it was my goal to try and fix my mind to understand that concept. Reaction. Control the reaction. Someone had posted earlier, I think it was on, it was on Facebook, and I had said I was going to talk about this. I wrote it in my notes. self-control. Once you can master controlling yourself and your reaction, you are like so far ahead in the game. Once you can master that and how you react, and knowing that things that the challenges that we face have not come to hurt us, they have actually come to help us or draw something out of us that we don't realize is there. I didn't realize the strength I had until I had to go through those challenges. You may not realize the strength you had because you're feeling sorry for yourself, or you want to, oh, woe is me, or you want people to feel sorry for you. How can you ever know the strength you had if you have never faced any challenges? It's impossible. It's impossible. So I'm going to leave it at that, you guys. My kids are downstairs making noise. One of them coming up the stairs, and I'm not feeling well. So I'm going to leave it at that. Again, the things that I want you to focus on this week. And please like, share, and subscribe to this podcast and share it with someone. Yes, you're in the video. First thing first, establish your why. Second thing second, or however you want to do it, but the two things, establish your why and accountability. It's key, you guys. So I love you guys. Make sure you share, like, subscribe to this podcast. I know I'm looking kind of, sick today, but that's all right. The devil is a liar. I made it on here. Oh, and Clubhouse, you guys. If you have not heard of Clubhouse, I am now on Clubhouse, and I love it. You can get in these groups and it's all audio. It's now no video or anything like that. It's all audio, and you're actually having conversations or listening to seminars and conversations of other people, and you can get into these groups of like-minded people. I'm in a few, an entrepreneur group, groups about God. I actually love it. You have to be nominated, or you have to be invited into the Clubhouse. And right now, I believe the beta testing is only for iPhone users, but I have 4 invites. So if you'd like to join, let me know. Send me a message. I'll be happy to invite you, especially if I know that you are on a journey to changing some things about yourself, and it's headed in a good direction. I would love to have you join me on this journey as well. So I'm going to end it on that, you guys. Have a wonderful week, and make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And if you aren't already, make sure you follow me on Instagram at Vet Green, my Vet Green Think and Grow podcast, as well as I'm even on TikTok, which I love. You can get lost in TikTok, you guys. How many times have you logged on, went on TikTok, and it's like 2, 3, 4, 5 5 hours of watching people dance and stuff. That is a really, really fun app. So kudos to those developers. All right, you guys. Love you.